Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
It's your cousin Juju.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the God Show. The
This is the Culture Report presented by the God Show. Let's
like
get it. But let's go. It's okay. Look, we building the plane as we fly it, and we love that. And shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to everybody liking, subscribing, sharing. We need that. Shout out to Tote and Carry. Shout out to Yoko Vaca. And today we have a special guest on the couch. She's very dear to me because she started off as my intern, and now she's a lawyer for a whole lot of very successful people. So we should put her Instagram under the page like we should do. So that way if people are watching, they want an attorney, you can reach out to her. She will respond to all your DMs. I taught her better than that. Let's give it up for Stanza Patterson.
Woo! So DJ Envy was like recently on tours with like financial literacy and real estate and telling everybody to invest with him. And he was like literally selling it like he was changing lives. Like, this is the key if you want to build generational wealth. And we were buying it, honey. We was eating it up.
Lawyer's argument was that he was a victim to the Ponzi scheme, which I think that's what a lawyer is going to do naturally, is make their client the victim. Like, he had no knowledge. So I think moving in that direction is what he had to do in order to get some of the laws off of his back. Like, that's what you say. I had no idea. I thought I was really helping the community. I thought I was really, buying buildings and renovating them. That was my understanding with my partner. However, he had his own separate thing going on. So now my hands are clean. So I think that's what he was going to do naturally. He had to kind of separate the two because they're coming after both of them.
I think this shit cap.
You think what's cap?
This shit is cap.
You think he knows?
Caesar started his real estate business in prison.
I didn't know that.
The shit was built on.
I didn't know that.
Like, it's no shade. Like, I'm not saying like any brother, like, you can change your life in prison.
Okay.
However, this brother decided to change his life the fraudulent way in prison. Figured out an elaborate Ponzi scheme with the time he had on his 23-and-1. Figured out an elaborate Ponzi scheme. And literally he came out and Envy was like, I have cash. We can figure it out. We can make a play. So they started making plays, and the plays got too big, too quick. And now that the plays are too big, too quick, now they both looking crazy. And the part that's sick about this shit is that they're preying on the innocence and naivety.
Well, we know that we didn't all graduate college.
That's a wild word.
That's great.
I'm gonna bring that word back.
That's a hard word.
I'm gonna bring that word back. But they're preying on the fact that people don't know about real estate. People don't know about financial literacy. So like, literally, they're taking a full advantage of what the lack of knowledge that people have, so the ignorance. And I feel like that part is fucked up because Envy's like, come on, dog. You've been doing all these tours, these financial tours, and now for you to get on camera and say, I don't know what's going on. Bro, you've been preaching. So you've been telling me you don't know what's going on, but you're trying to sell me $1,000. I got to pull up to your conference for $1,000, but you don't even know? So that part is cap.
Right. Yeah, I think also that all of the videos that are resurfacing with Envy in it is giving Forex scandal. Like, you trying to sell me. Like, it's like it gave Forex.
Hold on, but I just want to say something. So the real issue is we need to speak about is how dumb people are. And mind you, I've been dumb at times, so I'm not here to diss because I've been dumb. I've been scammed. I've been but the reality is it's not even about how dumb people are. That's the wrong word. The Envy situation shows us how lazy people are.
Fast money.
Like how people would rather. So I can say, hey guys, I have these stairs that we can take, and if we take them, by the time we get up there, we'll be on top, and our stamina be ready, and we'll be ready to go up the stairs. And they're like, and then another guy's like, I got the elevator. All you gotta do is give me 85%, 50%, but there's some fees on top. And then everybody's like, I fucked it, I'm taking elevator. Then they get to the top, and then they like, we got fucked. You got fucked because you didn't research. Like, my issue with people is that there's so many people online selling stuff, and no one has asked, who the fuck is this guy?
But you know what I think the problem becomes? The problem becomes like you talking about generational wealth, right? Like, the black community doesn't understand generational wealth, right? So if you have somebody like DJ Envy who's supposed to be a pillar in the community, who's supposed to be like a voice that you hear every single day, you build some type of trust with this person, right? So in building trust with them, you've like, okay, well, DJ Envy, he's got to this point because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but here's the unfair part. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm joking, by the way, but let's say Stanza is a serial killer. Okay. Like, Stanza is killing people right now. She is killing people in Atlanta in Piedmont Park. And then we find out a year from now, and then they're like, the God Show had her on and Ray Daniels co-signed her. I didn't know she was killing people though. I didn't know that shit. So it's almost like it's unfair because it's like you basically telling me to follow this person, have a private investigator follow them, and I just think it's unfair. Now, what I think really happened is that Envy is bringing income in from so many different ways, right? He's DJ Envy, so he's probably making great money from the Breakfast Club, great money from DJing, great money from his rental properties. So he probably is like, let me be a big dog, a big friend, and let my guy in. But you can't watch everything he does. Like, I love everybody on my team, but I don't know Vanessa's where she was raised at and her vices. Like, she works with me. And if I didn't know that, that might be a little inappropriate, right? You crossing my boundary. That's not your business, right? So that's not my job to ask. So I think it's a little unfair to criminalize Envy because he co-signed someone that he obviously was trying to help. Because none of us would know Caesar without Envy. Now, did Envy learn his lesson? Yes. Now, we see him doing some Firefest shit where he's selling real estate a year now from another guy. Now it's time to get at his ass.
But he decided to be the face of it, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Tamira. But Tamira, we the face of the God show. We don't know what Jordan does when he's not filming us.
But Jordan's not like. But
yeah,
what
but
I'm
we
saying
don't know what he does. I'm saying,
we trusted it because of
I think
Envy.
the difference is if you're going around and you're going to do like the car show, the Envy car show, which also has parts of him talking about financial literacy in that aspect. You're still going and you're selling. Like, we're not actually going out and charging people to be like, hey, come look at the God show. Like, you got to come spend $1,000 look at the God show. And then like now there's a different level of accountability you have to take, because if Ray Dan's like, I know that I'm still a representation of what this show is outside of this, right?
Exactly.
So Envy has to take on that same, like, you got to take accountability and the same responsibility of.
Yeah, but you have to see it. I'll give you an example.
The nigga started real estate in prison, right?
Hear me out. But you know who else started Dream in prison? Wallow.
But Wallow.
I'm just saying it's unfair to paint him what he is because he was in prison. Because if that's the case, we acting like the white people or the corporate people who feel like once a criminal, almost a criminal.
But
when you look like me, you're supposed to give me I'm just saying, when you look like me, you should give me an opportunity to redeem myself. He gave it to him. I just think that it's unfair. I'll give you an example. We had a guy that used to work with us. I don't know who was there that night, but we all went out one night. I know you was there. We went out one night, and this guy was doing some inappropriate shit to women. You remember that night, Tamira? like grabbing women's ass as they walking by. Mind you, I'm good. I'm feeling really good that night. I still was like, so I saw it once, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw it again, and then I realized he didn't know that girl. Man, I stopped. Hey, look at me. If somebody fucks you up in here, I'm going to let them. And if you touch another girl while we here, am I lying, Tamira? We're going to have some fucking problems, bro. Ray, I don't give a fuck. You in my section. Don't you touch no woman around me.
Facts.
I seen it, though. I had to see it. If I don't see it, I can't protect nobody from it. So if Envy was, and we got to also say Caesar went live and said Envy had nothing to do with it. So at that moment, we have to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. We can't hold Envy completely accountable. And I also think it's fucked up because all Envy did was leverage his influence for someone else. That fucked it up.
Should he get fired from the Breakfast Club?
Fuck no.
He shouldn't be fired for it.
He shouldn't be fired from nothing. Maybe he should pay a fine for his negligence or whatever it is, but he shouldn't be fired for nothing, man. Like, we got to stop punishing people for trying to give a helping hand to people without doing a fucking $5,000 background check. Like, bro, sometimes you got to just let people see. I can hear bad things about somebody, and then, like, I got people on my team that I've heard he did this, and I'm like, I ain't seen that. Now, if I see it, I got to get away from him. But if I don't see it, I can't judge him, and I don't think nobody else should, because it's just a balance. But we can go to the next.
I'll accept that. That was a good one. Okay, so this conversation has been on the internet all year, but we finally could put it to rest because Jay-Z answered it himself. So Gail sat down with Jay-Z and got to ask him, would he take the dinner with Jay-Z or the money? And him himself said, please take the money. If you guys had the option, which one would you take?
I got to jump in. He didn't just say, please take the money. What he said is what I would have said. He said, anything that I can teach you is in the music. I tell it, I've on record, I tweeted this maybe 2 years ago. I'm like, I know I became a millionaire because of Jay-Z. I don't need the dinner. The people that need the dinner ain't gonna do nothing with the information anyway, because the information is on record. They ain't doing nothing with that. So Jay is like, you better get that damn money, because if you've been listening, you will be up.
Facts.
I've been listening. I'm up. I heard everything he said. I'm up. If you need to get a dinner with him, that means you ain't gonna win anyway, because that means you need to say, but I don't understand. So when Jay-Z said, all I need is the love of my crew, the whole industry can hate me, I thug my way through, that's letting you know, fuck the world, it's all about us. You heard, he gave you the blueprint. Yeah. Nigga said, Hov so crack. No, Hov, when he said, I didn't tell you this so crack. No, Hov did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. Like, he's giving us the blueprint on how to get rich. And you still need to decide if you want to sit with me or take $500,000. Nigga, if you ain't turned what I taught you on them albums into $500,000, a sit with me ain't gonna get you $500,000. So you better get that $500,000, nigga.
I don't think sitting with any person is worth me passing up $500,000. And I don't give a damn who, like, literally I would have to sit in front of God. It just have to be me and God.
And even then I would have to.
And even then it's like outside of.
Okay, so I have a theory that I say to everybody. I say, you want to know when you know where you're going in life? Because a lot of us are ambitious, but we don't know where we're going. And let me tell you what I mean. I always say, if you have 5 minutes with someone and it would change your life, who would that person be and what would you say? And if you know the answer to that, you've made it in life. Yeah. I'm not saying you've made it to where you want to be, but you've made it. Because, and I like to play around with people. So they might say something like Oprah. And the only thing I think to myself is how many people in this world have had 5 minutes with Oprah? I'm pretty sure there are a lot. She's not like a recluse sitting in a house. She's Oprah. She's outside. That didn't change their life. So why would you think it would change yours? That's why the most important thing is, what are you going to talk to them about? Because if you're going to just ask them a question that doesn't benefit you or them, you've lost. I tell you my person, I already know that the answer. Nelson Mandela. He's dead though.
I know, but that's the problem. So, and the reason, but hold on. But see, the reason I want to sit down and talk to Nelson Mandela, this man spent 30 years in prison and still ran for president. So he battled a mental imprisonment, but also he understood that when he got out, he was going to change the face of the world.
I'm gonna challenge you.
What's up?
How does that change your life?
So for me, it's understanding, it's mindset, right? Because anything that you do in this life to take the next step up is about a mindset.
Now I can change. I'm gonna challenge you again. Because this is what I tell everybody. Because I know people run up to you. I know people run up to you like, yo, help me, mentor me. To me, help me. I'm like, bro, whatever I can tell you, I've said on the show.
Absolutely.
So if whatever you want to know from Nelson Mandela, it's somewhere on the internet. It's an interview out there.
It's a little different though. Because
that's what I'm asking.
Nelson didn't do a lot of interviews. That's the problem. He didn't do a lot of interviews. So it's like there's a different, like he did very blanket, and the interviews he did were very blanket because it was, oh, this is CNN, or this is he's having a conversation with Oprah. He's like, it wasn't like a conversation where it's like, all right, bro, you went to prison. The day you went in, how did you feel the day you went in, and what was that mindset going in? And then when you realized that, damn, I'm gonna be here for a while. What was that mindset when it flipped over? And then what was it when you're like, I'm gonna be president when I leave this motherfucker. I'm gonna change the fact that
I think that you missed the mark. And if I was talking to you, you missed the mark, right? Because you're making it about. I'm saying like, okay, so you know my answer would be. My answer would be Jimmy Iovine. Okay. By the way, I've had 5 minutes with him. I've had more than that. I just didn't know what to say. And my response would be, what can I do for you at no cost for the next 6 months? Like, what can I do for you? Like, you want me to drive you? You want me to be I'll take that seat because I believe that I've seen him change lives and blow in a way that I've never seen. And it's about getting this ecosystem. So for me, that real answer is, if I'm going to talk to you for 5 minutes, and I need to find a way to become a part of what you're doing.
That's fair.
Like Stanza's here because she came and applied for internship 3 years ago.
That's fair.
That's why she's here. So she's turned it into a relationship, right? I sent her business. She's an attorney. I send her business all the time. That's because she turned into a relationship. But that's how she benefits. If I just said, go left, and then when it starts getting hard, go right. I don't know if I just changed her life. Like she might be like, nigga, what? What the fuck does that mean?
That's fair.
Changing your life means getting it, being a part of them. So the dinner with Jay-Z is only worth it if you leave and you're a part of Jay-Z's ecosystem. If you're not a part, because if you're part of his ecosystem, you're gonna get that money.
Absolutely.
But if you're gonna ask him, what were you thinking when you wrote? Like, that's not, I mean, that's great. By the way, that's great. Right. But it doesn't change your life like that. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, but by the way, that's why I ask people that, because people say Elon Musk. Okay, what you gonna say to him? Right. I'm gonna ask him. You already missed it. You already missed it. What are you gonna say to him? Like, it's like if somebody runs up on me, what are you gonna say to me? If you're gonna say to me, what were you thinking, nigga? That's on the podcast somewhere. That's fair. What are you gonna say to me that's gonna make you a part of what we're doing? That's how you change your life. That's what I mean. And when you know that, you'll win, because at that moment, all you got to figure out is how to get to that exact destination or things adjacent to that destination. And then your life will change.
That's fair.
That's all. That's it.
That's a good one. Okay. speaking of relationships and building them, Kodak Black is going on Drink Champs this
He went on Drink Champs.
Yep. So that interview should be airing right
Saturday,
before
probably, the day before us.
around this time. It's viral over the internet because he said a few things that got the people thinking. He said that he feels like he could be Kanye West's mentor. He said that he has $1 million for Trump if he needs it. One of my questions that I thought about is, do you think rappers should use their influence on political campaigns? Like, is that something? Because remember back in the day, we went hard for like vote or die.
But we never. But let me tell you the trick to that. We never said who to vote for.
Yeah, see, but I feel like
we knew who they was talking about though.
We did.
We knew they were talking about the blue. Because you've never seen a Republican campaign saying vote. They gonna vote. Mm-hmm. Yep. You've never seen. It's only the Democrats like, please, we're gonna have snacks there, dinner, tickets to the movie, free water, jackets, if you just show up to vote. Meanwhile, Republicans are in the fucking line. No questions asked.
Don't care about none of that stuff.
So, yeah, so I would just say I think that people like Kodak is a famous Dave Chappelle line when he played the Rick James character. It was, they should have never gave you niggas money. And to me, I think just because someone has money doesn't mean that they've elevated. Now, I do agree with him with giving Trump $1 million. Trump freed him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trump pardoned him. Like, hey, what you nigga, if you freed me and I'm up and you need something, I don't give a fuck if y'all hate him. Mm-hmm. He gave me freedom to go do what I'm doing. You want $1 million, so I agree with that.
I wonder how he got that relationship with Trump.
Trump understood the game. Let's not even talk about that because I won't. But what I will say is that just because you have money doesn't mean you're elevated. And we have to stop, because what we don't acknowledge, and I know Stanza, you could speak to this, is that there are a lot of rappers who are making millions of dollars that don't have no idea how they're making it. Mm-hmm. Like, there are rappers who are in the music business that are in the music business but have no idea how the business works. Mm-hmm. They know how their business works. They know that Stanza's my attorney. They know that Juju's my A&R. They know that Ray is my manager. And they know that I'm going to show up to this place and get this much money. They know that. But that doesn't mean they understand navigating business. Because when you are the brand of the business, we got to acknowledge this. When you are the brand of the business, there are no more rules. That's why everybody loses to Rock Nation. Rock Nation has a face. Why is Rich Paul the biggest agent? Who's the face of his business? LeBron. Name a company that's black that's winning without a face. Even Tyler Perry, every show on BET says Tyler Perry presents.
This is facts.
He's the face. Yeah. So when you're the face of a business, you don't have to apply to the rules that people like us have to apply to. That's what, so a guy like Kodak speaking ignorance and people like, well, what? I'm like, bro, you should talk to him about music. His music specifically. He knew how to make himself work. We did this podcast. I could have just been like, man, I'm talented. I don't want to know nothing about the podcast business. Or I could dive in and learn it. You see what I'm trying to say? These guys are making so much money that they think because they got more money than you, they're smarter than you. No, that's what dumb people think. Yeah. Dumb niggas that got money think. And maybe dumb people, period. 'Cause that's what they call new money. New money's coming. They call you new money just because you have money, you can afford the things that we can afford doesn't mean you're smart enough to be here 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
Now, you might be talented enough, but are you smart enough? I don't know. So I just hate that we put so much emphasis on what niggas say when I'm smart enough to know. If you asked him how to win in the music business, he probably wouldn't have no motherfucking clue. He knows how he won. Mm-hmm. He knows I did this freestyle, I did this song, and I rapped like this, and I made money. But he can't tell you how to fucking win. Because if he did, he'll be as big as Rock Nation himself. Rock Nation is as big as it is because the fucking nigga that runs Rock Nation, that owns it, has made how many millionaires in his life? I'm going to listen when he talks. Too. Billionaires. I'm going to listen when he talk. But you niggas that just made money and you rapping on stage and you ain't got no office. You ain't got an office with a desk, nigga. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about business. I want to talk to the person that sits behind the desk because that's the person that's running the business. Mm-hmm. If your job is to be strictly in the studio, you don't know shit about the music business.
If you had to put a rapper as president, right? Why you make that face?
That's easy.
No, wait.
Who would you put as president?
I think Jay-Z would be a good candidate, but I think that I don't think rappers should be in politics, honestly.
No, but if you had to pick, well, first of all, why you don't think rappers should be in politics?
Oh, that's a good.
Who?
Shine.
He's not a rapper no more.
But he was a rapper.
He's not performing. He doesn't rap. He doesn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I met Shine for every bit of 8 seconds at InvestFest and brought up his music. Yo, I love your music, man, because that Bonnie and Shine record, crazy. He says, thank you. Visit believe sometimes, my brother. He
get right to the point.
He's no longer a rapper.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But why don't you think rappers should be in politics? So you don't think Drake and Khaled should have said anything?
I think that oftentimes celebrities are a bit irresponsible with their influence. So they have this influence and they know that they're moving the culture and they're swaying it left and right. This is why it really pisses me off sometimes when people are like on their knees worshiping Trump for the $1,200 that he gave black people, because
all people.
Well, I'm just saying, he gave it to all people, but it's black people that's like, we going to war, because the money wasn't free. Like, we're sitting in a recession now, like paying back, literally paying it back in blood. But it's just the fact that your opinions are swayed, and I think that they don't always think about what they're saying before they say it, and they're saying it to get a rise, to get a clickbait. It's, so everything is, I think Kodak Black saying he got $1 million for Trump is a great point that you made, that he got him out of prison. So it was, yes, he owes him that, but people are not going to see it like that. They're going to see it like, oh yeah, Kodak is also endorsing Trump just because he gave, you know what I'm saying? What he did for black people. So I think
I got to ask you this. We got to get into this, because I need to. But my thing is this: is if they fuck with him, wouldn't you rather them stand on what they fuck with?
Well, absolutely.
Because I feel like you're concerned with the why. You're like, I don't like that he said that because we know why, and I'm like, the why matters, but the why gives him the pass where it's like, you can say whatever you want. Like, it's like one of the things where it's like, everyone hates. Who's somebody in America everyone hates? Let's use Donald Trump. Fuck it. Let's say Donald Trump comes to you, Stanza, who's an attorney, and says, hey, I was having a conversation with Drake. People don't know how close we are. I told him he needs a new young attorney, and I told him it should be you. At that moment, do you hate Trump? No, let her answer. Do you hate Trump? That's a very yes or no question.
Yes, very yes.
Do you hate him still?
No.
You like him now?
I won't say I like him, but he threw me a bone. But I people throw me bones all the time.
So the 1,200 was the bone.
So the 1,200 was the bone.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I get what you're. I get.
I'm saying to you
absolutely.
that 1,200 to you might mean nothing. By the way, to me, it's not nothing. But to someone who don't have shit, that got them through a month. So that means Trump.
My point was just to inform yourself beyond what the 1,200 was really about. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
but
it was a bone.
Let's take it further though. And
okay, so let me just add a little bit more to it.
Okay.
So Trump gives you Drake as a client. Oh, fuck Drake. He gives you a huge client that's paying you 7 figures. He giving you a 7-figure client, right?
Yes.
Hear me out. Matter of fact, Trump is tight friends with Lucien Grange. And he convinced Lucien to make you head of Def Jam Legal. You just made a job making $1 million a year. Point is this. You ain't gonna talk bad about Trump no more. And when somebody brings his name up.
I don't talk bad about him now.
I'm saying, but you gonna talk, when they bring his name up, you gonna talk positive. But let's
like,
add another layer. Let's say that Trump only did that. Listen, let's say Trump only did that because he got a crush on your mama. Are you like, he only helped me because he like my mama? Or are you like, that nigga put me in position, I'm doing good, I'm about to take this and run with it? When opportunity comes, people don't be focused on why it came. They just need to be focused on that it's here. And that's the truth. I do understand what you're saying. They should educate themselves. But all four of us, did Kodak say anything that surprised us?
No.
That's what I'm saying. We expect it from him. Now, if Steve Stout said it, it would be like, so why? Because Steve Stout his mindset is elevated.
Dick Gregory said this. He said, I don't know what you expect for entertainers, athletes, rappers. He said, I don't understand what you expect from them in politics. He said, majority of them don't have a bird's eye view outside of their privy. So they don't understand what's going on in the world.
I don't think we should put that pressure on.
So you look at a Khaled or Drake in the situation that's going on right now in the Middle East. It's like, or in Israel. like I wouldn't expect them to understand the premise of how it started or what's transpired for them to make an educated conversation or even.
But they don't have. But they don't. Okay. So I agree with y'all, but I disagree. I do think that silence is loud. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not saying speak on it, but there is a human element to it, right? Absolutely. That you can say praying for the people, the women and children are praying for them. And mind you, that tweet, because it's you, goes crazy, and now it's putting more light on it, and now it's more of a cycle, because what you took the opportunity to do was focus on the victims. But see, on all sides.
So I'm gonna give you a great example, right?
And I don't think nobody. I think if Drake said praying for the victims, the women and children, I pray that they get out of it. In the Middle East, in Israel, I don't think people are gonna be like, he's a mother. They're gonna be like, man, that's dope.
Correct. However, there's the for something like that, and the reason it's more touchy for the Israel situation is because it's more religious based, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're playing with the whole nother side of faith is the number one driver.
But Juju, I'm not saying you're right. I'm just saying you don't have to get in the weeds of it. Like, none of us have read.
But I think it automatically takes you into the weeds because, like, literally what happens is if you make one comment, right, now people are going to dissect it from every aspect because of who your stature is. Like, so it's like, if it's like Ray saying, I like Nikes. Now they be like, well, damn. And
what about Adidas?
And it, like, Adidas like, but Ray got me fucked up. Like, I ain't never supporting him again because Ray got all this influence. All these people are paying attention to what Ray's doing. Fuck Ray. So, like, for them, it's like they're going to pick it apart just for the simple fact, like, they might say such and such. Like, I don't want to go too far in detail of what it is because, like I said, it's religious things. But you might say, I support Palestine because of this, or I support Israel because of this. So now they're like, oh shit, this motherfucker is supporting terrorists. Yep. And you like, damn, I don't support no terrorists, bro.
No, that's why I said you don't. That's why I said a very specific tweet. I'm praying for the women and the children.
Make it blanketed.
Make it blanketed. I want the women, and I think that it reminds us that there are kids dying.
Absolutely.
On both sides every day. And I don't think Drake or Khaled, and mind you, they could have released a fucking joint post on Instagram together. That probably would have been the most liked picture
I agree with that.
in Instagram history. But because everybody is so focused on them and their money, it frustrates us. Like, I'll give you an example. I love Jay-Z. Y'all know, I just said I love him. If Jay-Z tweeted, we need more black people in the C-suites, that will wake the industry up. But he won't. Or he's not. Because he's focused on what his mission is. But sometimes you need to lend your influence to another group of people. Because let's be clear, black people in America only were considered special if they were talent.
Yeah.
If they were athletes. Really athletes, not even actors. Like, actors still had to accept their awards in the next room. Mm-hmm. But athletes was the first time that white people, racist white people, put their race hatred to the side to cheer for a team.
That boy is good.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. So for me, it's like, what happens if those athletes was like, shit, I'm getting paid, I'm quiet, I'm making my money, I ain't saying shit. I see. Now, what will we be? Bro, there has to be, we need the strong people to stand up for the weak people. We need that in this world. And if we don't think as humans we need that, we have lost the fact that we are humans.
So I think a great example, right? And this is...
And mind you, I'm not asking them to do anything besides type some words out and come together.
But words without actions are literally like they're blanket statements. And the reason I say that, right? So you look at Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is the greatest example of what it looks like to say, okay, I'm gonna say something, but then I'm gonna stand on business with your ass. So now when I stand on business, now he's begging to get back into the NFL. You like, damn dog, you stood on business, and we supported you while you stood on business. But now you like, shit, I'm writing letters to the Jets. Let me figure if I can get back.
Yeah, but he also had a chance, and he fucked it up. He had that's different. Colin Kaepernick had an opportunity to get back in, and he was the paranoid nigga. Like, he was paranoid. They set me up. There's something going on. It's like, bro, you better go out there.
I think his chance was over after he sued.
No. But they had to give, every owner had this, because of the suit, for optics' sake, they said, let's give him an opportunity. And sometimes, for optics, you might say, hey, who in here can get this dude a $10 million contract over the next 3 years? So he'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what they were about to do. And he still, and mind you, maybe he didn't want that, but he still fucked it up. So I hate to use him, but I will say I think that people should start speaking up for the weaker people. I didn't say get into the politics, but there are kids, babies dying on both sides. Nigga, I can hate you. Like, I despise you. I want to kill you. as much as I can hate you, I would never want your children to be hurt.
Absolutely.
Not your children. Not even your kids. Your kids could be 28. I still don't want to hurt your kids. Kids should not pay for the sins of their father. So for me, I just feel like they should say something about the women and children. And mind you, it might be people say, who cares? But the fact that you said something means a lot, because LeBron says something. And if you read the comments, he spoke up for Israel, and all the Palestinian people were like in the comments, like, "I'll never support you again."
That's what I'm saying.
As I said, I'm not saying pick a side.
Yeah, I think that.
But I think
PR is a lost art, and we need to bring it back into.
Say that again.
Like, PR is so important. Get a publicist. Get you a PR
Optics.
rep.
So Ray, if
like,
you really
everybody just because you don't have to say. I think that's the problem with a lot of celebrities now, is that they're doing a lot of the talking themselves. It's going from their brain to their phone, and then they post it without anybody looking over it, and that's not how it always used to be.
That's what I mean by you ain't behind the desk, nigga.
Exactly.
You don't sit behind the desk. You don't understand responsibility.
Like, you know, like Adele posted that one Jamaican picture, and her PR team took her phone. Like, you don't have access to your Instagram no more. They took her passwords and everything once she posted one problematic picture, and it was like, hell no, we can't do that. She don't have access to her Instagram. That's what the type of people. That's how you remain a superstar. Is you have people around you that are going to direct your career when you think you know best. There's people telling you, nah, this is not it. Here's what we're going to type it up. And we don't have to know that. We don't even have to know that it could look like it's something that you would naturally say, but that's important about finding someone that would say it the way you would say it. And that's why you pay somebody. But everybody thinks they're so smart and that they can do it by themselves. And you just need help. You need help.
I agree.
Speaking about what's wrong with the world. So one of Blueface baby mothers just got a deal. We don't have the details exactly as what's in the deal, but it was all over the internet. She was up there signing. They was popping bottles. People are highly upset about this. And it's because it's kind of a slap in the face to a lot of artists that are really out there working and trying to get deals.
It's not kind of.
Okay.
It is.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys' thoughts on it?
They wonder why the system's failing.
They wonder why the music business is messed up. It is messed up because you have executives clout chasing now. You have labels clout chasing now. The fact that, I put it to you like this. Columbia has probably signed in the last 12 months 25 acts. Mm-hmm. It's only 2 that we know that was loud. One was Central C, because that was a big deal. Mm-hmm. And the other one is this. At some point in time, like, it's frustrating because they're killing our world. They're killing it. And the crazy part is that Jaden Alexis might be so dope. She might be the next Cardi B. This has nothing to do with her. This has everything to do with the fact that we don't know enough musically for you guys to make an announcement like that unless you guys wanted the clout from the announcement. And that's why the business is fucked up. Because you got people in offices who want the clout more than they want to actually do the work to win.
And I guarantee you what's even crazier is and when they have conversations with, they go to start recruiting other artists, they be like, the artist will say, who did you sign? I signed Blueface's baby mother. They're not going to say Jada, and that's the sad part.
That's real talk.
That's the sad part. They're going to be like, I signed Blueface's baby mother, and not saying I signed Jada, because you be like, who the fuck is Jada? And that's what they're going to give you detail. They're going to say, oh, this is Blueface's baby mother.
I think that the label structure, since it's crumbling, I think that they're just grabbing and they're trying to throw whatever at the wall and see what sticks. So that's why we see, like you said, the clout chasing, because it's like, oh, what's hot? Okay, let's sign that. Like, oh, you thought that was hot? Okay, let's sign it. The kids love this on TikTok, so okay, let's sign that. And they're seeing, like we're seeing a lot of where labels were signing a lot of TikTok acts that's slowed up now because they're not seeing a return. Because like Ice Spice, for example, when she first dropped, she was starting to do shows, and the girls were only singing 6 seconds at the show because they only knew what they saw on TikTok. That's not marketable. So you have to change it, because this is not selling. Like, it's not worth a show. We can't keep booking her for shows and people, and that's why she had to turn around and shake her ass to keep the crowd involved, because we don't know the words, or I've never been to a show, but they didn't know the words beyond what they saw on TikTok. So I feel like it's problematic when you start chasing after these acts, these quick little clout chasing acts. Then it's like, oh, it does look bad, and it looks like you're scrambling.
Optics. We just talked about this optics. We got to focus on optics. We have to focus on optics right now. And the way it's working, that was a bad look. It was a terrible look. And I can't believe somebody at Columbia Records allowed that to leak. Because if I signed it, I would have said, me, by the way, I've been an A&R, and I'm not saying I wouldn't have signed her.
Okay.
My problem wasn't that they signed her. My problem is the way they announced it. My problem is how they put it in.
You announced it like she got one of the biggest records out.
Exactly.
Right, like a deal.
You
Like,
announced
it.
it. To me, that was putting it in everybody's
Like,
face.
they was accomplishing.
That's like, to me, that was like them, Columbia signing her and putting it on Instagram, announcing it was like of somebody having food and running through a fucking a pack of hungry dogs saying, I'm gonna feed this dog. Like, you shouldn't have done that.
Wait. For real, if y'all had the opportunity to sign one of the baby mothers, which baby mother would you have signed?
I wouldn't. I can't speak about that without having enough knowledge.
I'd have took Krishan.
No, I'm saying that's why I said it's unfair to Jaden. It's not her fault.
No shade.
She might be dope. She might be dope, and she might be, because I remember when Atlantic signed Cardi B, they didn't announce it. They just signed it quietly, and they pushed her, and they let her build, and then when she caught a record, then they came around. But they still didn't announce it. It wasn't like, let's toast to signing Cardi B.
Epic signed Tyler. Tyler has one of the biggest records in the world. They didn't announce that they had Tyler signed for a couple months ago.
And let's also speak about label business. Labels usually announce a signing according to a timeline that a publicist and the label will come up with. So they said, let's say Tamira signed her deal January 14th. Her single comes out in June. They're not gonna announce it until May. Tamira signs a deal, single comes out next week type thing, right?
More strategic.
They're not going to announce it 6 months out, because once you make an announcement, pressure's on.
Yeah, it's like clock starts.
Now it's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? So the fact that they announced it was like, let's put our name out. It was somebody dropped the ball. Somebody at Columbia dropped the ball. And
she better come with a fire ass record the next week or so.
Listen, as an outsider looking in, like I don't know anything about music, but I seen a clip of her trying to make a song and Blueface in the studio with her. And she doesn't even look like she wants to be there. She respects music, the artmanship, the craft of it. Like,
so I want to respond to you why Columbia signed her, because of what you just said.
Because I watched the clip.
You watched the clip. And you know the name.
I'm the problem.
No, it's not you the problem. It's not you the problem. It's not that you're the problem. It's just that the way the system is set up, the music business is not based on talent anymore. The music business is based on popularity. And the problem is that the people who are willing to do things crazy to get popular have no talent. That is their talent. So now you're making people who know how to control eyes look at you, and now it's like, you got to go up there and rap. By the way, let me show you how bad the game is right now. City Girl's about to do 6 to 8, 9K. Yeah. Now here's the difference. Offset about to do 75. Here's the difference. Have anybody seen any City Girl interviews, any City Girl promo going on? You see Offset everywhere. Offset is working.
They're calling it a rebrand.
Yeah, Offset is working. His album, he's doing interviews, he's dancing with influencers, he's doing everything it takes to stay on your timeline. And the only time I seen the City Girls on my timeline is when they was arguing with people. Like, oh, bitch, shut up.
Tweets and stuff.
Bitch, be quiet. And my thing is, by the way, that's scary times.
Or the only time you see them is when they announced the album cover and then they thought that was going to make
was it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's scary times. The new music business, the business today is changing so fast that tricks that worked 18 months ago don't work today. So what's really happening is
it's moving.
By the way, I guarantee you, P and everybody over there is like, we got to figure out what we did wrong. But the problem is the girls, I haven't seen them. And a lot of artists, there's another issue with the music industry.
Carisha been doing her show.
I'm about to say, a lot of artists are making so much money so many other places that they forget the driver is what you started. So if you lose the driver, you end up being one of those people who is like, what the fuck happened? Because now they don't want you on, now nobody's interested in your show. Nobody's interested in what you're doing but they're women. So the only thing that they can do is they can fuck famous people. And now they have clout from those famous relationships. That still doesn't mean they're going to sell music. And that's, to me, I'm not going to say I'm glad that happened, but sometimes the music business today needs a cleanse.
I mean,
but they're both in relationships with big stars.
Let's be honest. Do you think they really care about music as much as we think they care about music?
That's my point, though. But that's my point. If you don't care, if you're a famous artist and you're making millions and you don't care about what you're doing, don't waste nobody's time.
But see, the problem is, and the major problem becomes, you have people who invested so much money in you. They like, oh, you still
you gonna do this?
You still got options. I still got
okay. So let's stay there. That's why I said it needs to be a cleanse.
Yeah,
because you don't think P and Coach are willing to do anything to blow those girls up?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So that means who's not doing the work? You understand what I'm trying to say? At some point, it's like, I don't give a fuck how much we promote. If you're not gonna go out there and do the work, it ain't gonna work.
But I think, accessibility has really changed the game. So they think that it was just like, there's so many new city girls popping up. Every
That's my
time
point.
we look up, it's a new girl that look like this, that's talking about the same thing, that's doing this. So it's like, we done seen several city girls since y'all last album. So you can't just think that, oh, I'm gonna drop it because the fans been waiting on us. We anticipating it. No, you got to go on a run, and you got to remind us what
you got to go talk to people. You got to come to the God show.
Yeah,
you got to come to the. Now, just be honest.
You got to remind us what you were doing before, why we used to fuck with you. Because if not, then it's like you can't just do it because drop an album because you the city girls. Like now,
but that's what they did.
But that's even marketing. So this is my thing too, right? And this is why I say like this separates the real work from the like. All right, you just
Motown should have bought 10,000 streams.
No, you know what should happen? You know what should happen?
They should have.
If Carisha shows the most popular spectacle, why didn't you do a Carisha live? A Carisha live at fucking
with JT.
Yeah,
and then literally the ticket, every ticket that was sold, that's your bundle now.
Yep.
That's your album sale. You could have sold 10,000 copies in the first.
But guess what? That takes caring about how it's gonna do. And what I'm telling you now is that these new artists, the problem with the music business, the reason why it's so fucked up is because based on the City Girls album sales, they shouldn't be as up as they are.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be clear.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like if they were out 10 years ago, they would be out here doing shows for 10,000 a night, probably 5,000.
Right now, yeah.
But because celebrity is so big in today's world, they probably getting $100,000 to show up.
Easy.
At festivals, mind you, you got to go down. You got to go do fucking these small 1,000-seat venues. Build your shit up. That means taking 6,000 to 15,000 a night rather than going to get 100,000 at a festival. That also requires work. You have to. I'll tell you a funny story. I remember when we signed to Akon. This is so crazy. We signed to Akon, and Akon had a big label deal with Universal, with Interscope. And he had like 8 artists on his label. And the Interscope came up with this idea to do an Akon tour. You know, House of Blues, all the other shit. Let's do a tour. Cardi, Cardinal Official, Rock City, Kobe O'Donis, they all open up for you. It's going to do that. You're going to probably have to pay for them to be there. And Akon and Devon was like, no, the fuck we ain't.
Thank you.
Nigga, he gets $300,000 a night. This is 15 years ago. He gets $300,000 a night. And he's gonna go get that money. We are not about to do a tour making $50,000 a night for you niggas. Like, you have to make sacrifices for your, like, every time I sit in this chair, I'm sacrificing my music business.
Absolutely.
Every time. I know that, by the way. You can't sit in this, you can't win without making sacrifices. And these artists think they're gonna outcool the process. They're gonna put out a song, and because we got 18 million followers across all fucking socials, we're gonna sell records. And the people are showing you more and more, they don't give a fuck.
I just had this conversation yesterday about guarantees, artists understanding their guarantees, right? And it's so funny because you'll have like, we had an argument a few months back. I don't know if you know Dame, the boy Dame.
Yeah, of course.
So me and Dame were arguing, and he was talking about Nudie at the time. And I was like, bro, Nudie's one record away from being a superstar. He was like, huh? I said, he's one record away from being a star. I was like, watch. And I said, and mind you, like 3 months later, Peach and the Eggplant came out, right? I said, Dame, what I tell you, he was one record away. I said, because what I realized is Nudie has always been touring. Yes. And Nudie can sell a hard ticket. Like, I watched Nudie sell 2,000 tickets, and I was like,
that's my point. He's building.
But hold on. But this is the funny part, because I was just having a conversation with the management, understanding what guarantees are, right? So he said he would much rather go take a 50K guarantee instead of doing 2 nights in a row and taking 40,000 and selling more tickets. And I was like, I get the logic, but I said from a hard ticket sale, you've already built a hard ticket fan base, so it makes sense.
I don't get the logic.
So if you say, so 2 nights, right? Let's say you got a venue that holds 3,000 people, right? Mm-hmm. So you can do that same venue 2 nights and you can do 6,000 people. Or you can just go do a venue that holds 4,500 people and take the higher guarantee.
Yeah.
He said, man, fuck that. I'm going to take the higher guarantee because I'm not going to go do no after parties and no club. So his business model, because he's not doing after parties, he's like, I already have a hard ticket sale, so I can go do the higher guarantee and I'm not going to have to worry about doing after parties. Whereas then there's an artist that takes the 2 nights that says, I'm going to take lower money, but I know I can go do it like Sexy Red. I can go do the after party. So it's just understanding that logic.
Yeah, she might make 20,000 for tour, but make 50,000 for the after party.
Right. But won't you be more intimate with your fans if you partying with them? Like, isn't that?
Because it's based on like Big Sean never did after parties. He never did like, so Big Sean was like he's
Wiz Khalifa either.
Yeah, if they don't do after parties, it's like you got to make your money. You're gonna take a higher guarantee.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Front end, like give me my money.
No. It's just you can come to a market and make money doing 3 or 4 things. Like for example, you just seen Rollo about to get out, and they was like 20,000 for an interview, 40,000 for a show, 20,000 for a feature. It's ironic that he charges more for interviews than he does features, which is crazy to me, by the way. But the point is that so he can stop in Alabama, do some features, 20,000, do a couple of interviews for 20,000, and then do the show at night for 50,000. And he just made 120,000 in one city based on just maximizing. You have some artists but that's also watering down your brand. That means every city you go to, you leave yourself something from you there. Compared to a Wiz Khalifa who was like, I do everything because I want to. And that changes the perception of the audience. It's like J. Cole. J. Cole does a show, everybody coming. Because J. Cole, you can offer him $5 million and he gonna be like, I'm straight. Now, there's some niggas that's like, I'm getting that and then that. But those artists never get that kind of offer because they whores. You know they whores. You know, like a Boosie interview don't mean nothing if you know he's charging for it. That's what niggas don't understand. A feature don't mean nothing if I know you paid for it. It only means something when it's an actual cosign.
Yep.
So if I'm paying you, nigga, are you cosigning or are you providing me with a certain, you see what I'm saying? So it's just all how you look at it.
I love that.
But I'm just saying them on the other hand, like if you ask the City Girls for a feature, how much you think a City Girls feature should be?
50,000.
I'm about to
charge you 50.
I'm about to say 60 to 100, and you just sold 6,000 copies. What now happens is now you got girls out there saying, shit, I could do that.
Right.
I could do that. I'm not paying you, motherfucker. And then what happens is that the tide starts lowering and everything dries up.
I think the crazy thing about it, though, is that they were more prevalent and relevant when JT was locked up because Carisha had something to fight for, like she had a why. So she was really out here just campaigning. You saw Carisha everywhere. You heard the City Girls everywhere. They had the Drake feature, you know, like she was on tour, you know, with Drake for a little while performing that song.
Pregnant.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So it's like she was pregnant at the time. Like, so I feel like they need another fire lit under their ass because now they got comfortable. So,
that's what I'm saying. But
8,000 is good independent.
But
she ain't independent.
Either they're gonna show up. By the way, here's the crazy part. Teron wrote the first single.
I did not know that.
With Kim Petras, Teron wrote it. I forgot so I'm talking from a place like I have skin in the game. Like I want them to promote because I want the records to work. So we got the first single. That's crazy that I forgot to say that. But the point is that they gotta work. And I feel like if you want to be an artist,
they're not working.
Huh? No, I'm talking about. Listen, Tamira, you have to understand.
No, for like
you gotta look at it like this. When you're about to do a rollout for an artist, they come to you and say, here's the things we want to do. We want to do the Breakfast Club. Okay. I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't want to do no interviews. Okay, cool. Okay, no interviews. So let's do this activation here. We're going to do a place in Atlanta where we're going to do a pop-up and girls come. I don't want to do that. Now, the label is stuck to say, well, how do we promote?
Right.
Y'all promote. Because artists in their mind, they think, y'all ain't promoting me. They don't understand that we don't promote the God Show. We are the God Show.
Right.
But what's more sad about it is that they're successful, and I hate to use this because this sounds misogynistic as hell, but they have boyfriends and their significant others that are way more successful than they are. So they're comfortable. They're like, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't want to do it, man, fuck that. I just gonna do such and such.
I gotta ask a question. You just triggered something. I gotta ask both of the ladies a question. Both of y'all. You have a chance. You can make $3 million a year, but you're single. Or you can make $250,000 a year, but you got a man and you're happy at home.
Do I have to pay the bills?
Wait, you said $3 million and I'm
single. I said
single.
it very clear. Look, Vito, I said it very clear. The women are like, hold on, wait, what you say?
$3
Like,
million and I'm single.
$3 million and you're single.
Absolutely.
That's why when she's an intern, she was my star.
Absolutely.
No, you don't have no kids. Right now, you at this moment, you have a choice. $250,000 a year, and you got a man at home, and then $3 million a year, and you're gonna be single.
That's easy.
For the rest of my life?
I mean, for the foreseeable future until you find love.
Shit, you can have a couple boyfriends.
I'm such a loser.
Shit.
Right, see?
No, I'm just kidding.
I would have usually went with that
easily.
one, but because I want to have kids, so I need a man right now in my life, I'm going to have to take the paycheck.
Okay, great. By the way, I appreciate both of your answers. It's kind of what I thought. Now, I have another question I got to ask the ladies.
I knew this was going.
There was no. This is actually a random thing.
Okay.
There was a time in our history as black people in America that women were so happy to have a man that a woman named Shantae Moore made. Shantae's got a man at home. Like, that's how much women wanted men back then. Shantae's got, and then she also had to add, and he's so good to me. How the hell did we go from Shantae got a man at home to real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga? Circle back, got 5-6 figure.
Ray,
how do we go there? I want to know that.
I'll give you one better. Hey, Brenda, this is Shirley. I'm just calling to let you know that he's mine.
Like the fact, like, how do we go from, hey, Barbara, this Shirley. Now I want to tell you about my man. Now that's my man. I take care of him. I feed him from the clothes on his back to the shoes on his feet. He's mine. How do we go from that to niggas ain't shit? Fuck these niggas. We get money. I want to know. I really want to know.
Because the men wasn't wearing nail polish back then.
I think
I said I was gonna stop saying
no,
something.
that's a good why.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Pop that shit. Now that's a great answer. To me, Mr. Stanza.
I was supposed to be on my best behavior.
I think that the issue is that men want old school women, but without having the old school qualities. Like, our grandmothers was not touching bills, looking at nothing. They wasn't doing nothing. They put them up.
But they was also happy.
They was
also happy with their 3-bedroom house with 18 people living in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And Papa was a Rolling Stones.
And Papa had another 3-bedroom house. Hold on, Stanza. And Papa had another 3-bedroom house around the corner.
You want the old school woman. So how are you gonna put me up and I gotta be? I'm playing 50-50. Our grandmother.
You gotta pay 50-50.
That's what the conversation is.
You gotta pay 50-50.
That's what the men these days want. So that's how we went from that to that, because we do it for ourselves a lot. Yes, we are. That's how it is, because we don't care about having a man at home and the money is there. Because what am I like? No, you're not adding anything of value really, but dick.
So I want to ask you a question.
And I can get that.
What do you bring to the table besides dick? Nothing.
What do you bring to the table besides pussy?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Things.
Like you, I'm.
By the way, men, I don't know one man that thinks his dick is the gift.
Listen,
I know women that think women that think their pee is the prize.
That's right. But some men do. Broke men know that all they got is dick, and they gonna.
I was once a broke man that had that.
And you was having sex like you was having sex for your life.
I was once him.
And tell me you wasn't having sex for your life.
But when I was him, I was an obedient nigga.
See,
but you asked what happened.
I was an obedient. Listen, when I was dropping off penis, because I ain't had nowhere to stay.
These niggas is broken loud.
I was also like, do you need the trash taken out?
See,
you want me to do the dishes? Because I had nowhere to stay. So I'm saying to you,
let me wash that car for you real quick.
I've never seen it. Like I know everybody knows that men think they all good in bed. But I also know most men think outside of that, I got to make sure I'm dropping off a check too. I got to get this money because I got to provide for mine. We're having a conversation.
That's what you think that they're saying, but men are not saying that for real.
I don't know, man. That's not saying that.
Circle.
I don't know, man.
Maybe your circle.
Wait, but the girls got money now, right? So what are men bringing besides money?
Girls don't have money.
Some of the girls got money, not me.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I need some money.
See, I got it. Okay, so this is the truth. I really got to ask y'all a question. Where do women put their money?
Shoes.
Because I don't know one woman that's up that acts like she's up. I don't know one. I don't know one woman that's up. Like, I met women that are like I was just looking at a video. A guy was saying, hold on.
Karen act like she up. Karen is up.
Karen act like Karen? Okay, so let's say that.
I'm going to say.
But then you don't really know what's going on until you talk to the nigga she fucking with. True. Then he like, I'm paying all the bills. I'm paying all the bills and I just bought her this and she ain't got this. I'm telling you, I've been out there. I've dated a few of them that people were celebrating and they had a 500 credit score and needed and had $300 in the bank. Yeah. And I'm like, what are they doing with their money? I don't get it. Why? It feels like.
Do you know how expensive it is being a girl? Y'all can't even imagine between facials, hair, nails, waxes, all of that stuff. Yes, y'all do.
You're breaking the rules. You can't tell Aaron not to do it if you
y'all
don't
do even date girls. Oh Lord Jesus,
I'm just saying. By the way, I just want to say this. I have no problem with gender roles. I actually agree with gender roles. Yeah, I don't think that a woman should have to pay rent. I don't think a woman should have to pay bills. But I also think that a nigga shouldn't have to ask for nothing to eat.
Yeah, I agree.
And a nigga shouldn't be questioning about what he's doing. Because if I'm out here doing what I got to do to make sure you straight, you leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, you just give me a reason to shut up. A little bit.
I will. Paul will have a house around the corner.
Listen, look, you give me a reason.
Mama knew it was a woman 3 blocks down. Mama said we don't go on that block because I don't want y'all seeing y'all step.
Big Mama knew you got a cousin. She said, "Damn, he look just like my son."
What?
Damn, boy, you like Jerry. You like Jerry, boy.
I was just really thinking. I was like, Shantae got a man at home. Like a woman actually made a song.
They not giving us
called Shantae. Right? By the way, we didn't know too much about him. She didn't say he had money. Shantae didn't say how much money he made. Shantae didn't say nothing besides he's so good to me. Man. And to me, I just wish that we had those kind of women back. That when you get a man, you and your girls sit down and it's like, Tamira's have a man. And all the girls are singing with her.
But I think, right, you know what the biggest problem is? You know what the biggest problem? Women are more focused on the look of the aesthetic of what's going on, right? So I give you
that's all example. They care about.
I give you a great example. There's a bullshit list going around of what place you can't go on a first date.
Let's talk about it.
And I'm like, hold on. So hear me out. The reason that's some bullshit, right? A date is not about where you go. The date is about the type of person you're with and the energy that's presented in this date. So if I take your ass to the park and I set up a picnic, I thought that's thoughtful. I thought about this shit. I thought about something. I thought, well, hey, you might like the scenery. Hey, it's gonna be us. We're gonna catch a vibe. And I might have in a previous conversation, know what your favorite snack is, know what your favorite drink is, know what your favorite show is. I'm gonna pull this shit up on my iPad.
And you went to Trader Joe's and got it.
Yeah. But you say, oh, that nigga,
good nigga.
He didn't take me to Houston.
Good brother.
But I think it's also about knowing the woman you're dating, one. And I think, and the conversation was surrounded by the first date. So this is the date that technically you're supposed to be impressing me. So that was a conversation that we's not going on the first
okay,
date.
Let's stay there. I want to stay there. I want to stay there.
I'm saying it's about knowing the woman that you're dating, that you're talking to, and asking her what she would prefer, because maybe you are dating an ice cream bitch, like maybe, or a woman that likes to have.
You're a lawyer. You can talk your shit.
Ice cream, and you know that may be cute for her, or maybe you like somebody that likes active days. But if you like a woman you're dating a woman that's fine dining. If you want the ice cream girl, go get the ice cream girl. Mm-hmm. If you like a fine dining woman, then you know what I'm saying? Don't try to make the fine dining woman
But this the part that's wild.
Just go date the ice cream girl.
But this is part that's wild, right?
Somebody for you.
You say, but that's how you create a certain narrative and a certain dynamic that makes it. It takes away the realness of the relationship, right? And the reason I say it takes away the realness, because I can take you to the best of the best restaurant.
I'm not saying you can do both.
However, we go sit at this restaurant. We go to this nice ass restaurant, great wine. You probably literally we get there, you don't even understand how to break down this menu. Right. Where I much rather say, look. So I'm prepping you for that stage, right? I'm bringing a new wine for you, and I
can I tell y'all? I want to say something to the ladies. You know what my problem is? Let a black man say. A successful black man, by the way. Not even a regular guy. Not like a guy that works at Walmart. Let a black man that's making good money say, I don't want to date a woman with kids. Or I don't want to date a woman that's oversized. It will be motherfucking World War I on him.
They do.
But let a woman say, you ain't taking me to Cheesecake Factory.
What's his name? Just and we said, if you order lobster, you got to have sex with me. Somebody just
they literally tell.
He said, Shannon Sharp said that. He said that in 1990 though.
So first,
he was reinstating it again today.
He just reinstated it in 2023.
Hold on, this what makes it even crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some stats, right? I'm gonna give you some stats.
What stats?
The average, bro. The median income in the United States is $55,000.
Couple of Kevin Samuels. Let's go.
So if the median income is $55,000, why the fuck would you expect a good guy? who has a good job, who has a career, is making $67,000 a year. After taxes, he's making $52,000 a year, right? Why would you expect this guy to take you on a $500 date when the reality is you didn't see that from him? He's found a way to secure his future with this $67,000 job, which is not his end all be all. He might be on the upward trajectory, but you don't want to give him a chance because you said, "Oh, this nigga took me to Cheesecake Factory."
I agree with you because I think that a lot of women are living in delusion. I do think that.
Okay, let's stay there.
I do think that.
Let's stay there, Stanza.
We're not disagreeing.
Matter of fact, fellas, a lot of women are living in delusion. Someone said it.
Hey, the land of
Someone said it.
As mayor
And it
of
wasn't a man.
the land of Delulu.
No, men don't.
I said I'm the mayor of
I say men can't live.
I'm the mayor of
Men
land of
can't
Delulu.
live in
Yes,
delusion.
I live in Delulu.
Because as a
Leave
man,
me there.
we know. Like, let's be clear. How many men have you seen? And by the way, this is fucked up what I'm about to say, y'all. But I feel like we're family, and the people watching this family, so y'all understand where I'm going. There have been times where you've seen a couple, and you said,
What the?
She must have money. Or you've seen a couple, and you said, he must have some money. Because looking at them, hold on. My point is this, is that we know as humans where we belong.
Exactly. There's a pecking order.
You belong in the 7 room, the 7s. You would not should be in the 10 rooms. You should not ask for what the 10s ask for. You should not do that, but you know that. So my point is this, is that as a man, Tamira, because you said men, I don't think men live in delusion because men acknowledge. Did you see Biggie's first baby mama compared to Faith? That was hold on, hear me out. And by the way, I'm only saying that this Faith was what he could get. I don't want to disrespect the woman. I'm just saying Faith, the first baby mama was what he can get, and Faith was the best he could get when he got to a certain place. So as men, we know we dealing with the best we can get. Like, we know it. Women, on the other hand, date up. Men date to the level that they think they can get. So the dude, like, if look at Moneybagg Yo, prom picture, compared to the girl he with now. That's, by the way, he wanted. Hold on, hear me out. He wanted the girl he's with. He wanted the girl he's with now, but he probably didn't have the paper to get her, and that's okay, by the way, because women, we know as men, money makes us look attractive.
Absolutely.
So we know when we get money, we become more attractive. And then we get the women we want, but we know that. Now, women, on the other hand, Stanza just said something very important. She said, this is the first date where you're trying to impress me. Now, see, that's the fucking problem. And that's why relationships are fucked up. Because while I'm trying to impress you, what are you doing?
Eating.
Now, exactly. So now, eating. So now watch this. So when I finally do impress you, because I'm going to, if I want you bad enough, and I do get the pussy, and the pussy is not worth the impressions that you asked for, and I move on, you're going to be like, men ain't shit. No, baby, you should have gave me the $5 pussy, and I would have appreciated it, compared to give me the $5,000 pussy. And I'm like, that shit was only worth $250. We got to talk now. Let's not live in delusion. Let's be honest. The experience is everything. Tamira, you know for a fact you got some items in your closet that are expensive, and you got some items in your closet that are cheap. And you know when one of your friends like, girl, can I wear this? You're going to be like, I don't give a fuck, I paid $10 for Fashion Nova. Compared to one of your friends saying, girl, can I wear this? I paid $3,000 for that shirt. You cannot wear this. The value. We understand it. So my thing to you is, while I'm impressing you, young lady, what the fuck are you doing on the other side for me? And then you realize why you're single. Because I'm tap dancing, trying to goddamn make all the shit to look pretty for you, look good for you, to show you how much I'm worth it, and you staring at me.
But we just talked
Ray,
about
what make you
tap dance
Ray,
too?
Ray,
I want a motherfucker tap dancing with me. Let's be dumb for each other.
Ray, this will make it even worse. You done, she's talking about impress me. It's like, damn, like I done stressed myself out trying to impress you, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, look, bro. Let's check this down to the bones. We break it down to the brake pads. Let's figure out what we want together, and then from there. But it's like if you sitting there, you like, oh, you don't plan no dates. Yes, the fuck I do. You just don't like the shit I like to go do.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what goes back to my point that I was trying to make, is that if men are getting into or men are going after a woman that, like, for me, I have my own. You get what I'm saying? So, like, if you coming for me and I hold myself to a higher regard. Like I go to these places already. Don't try to make me the girl that just like simple dates, because I take myself these places.
So why don't you take him on a date?
So I will. I'm okay
First
with that.
date.
I'm okay with
First
I don't know
date.
about the first date. No.
My chest
First date,
hurts.
no. But I do date. If I'm dating
chest.
somebody and I like them, I definitely will. I will. If that's what we on, yeah. Then I'll take my man out. I'll take
My biggest issue is,
but I'm saying
it's always equality until we start talking about dating.
Money.
And then it's like
No,
that's
it's no It's equality until we talk about money.
She said
'Cause
gender roles.
I've never
we just said we respected gender roles. So what we talking
ain't
about?
No, I agree. No, hold on, stanza.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I'm on your side. I'm just speaking from a man that has probably had quite a few women who say, once he hit, I ain't hear from him like that no more. There's quite a few women in the world that will say, he fucked me and I ain't hear from him again. And I'm telling you why. The ask wasn't worth what it's like. I'm not walking down my jacket, laying down my jacket for you to walk over a puddle. Now, if I'm doing that, it is motherfucking heaven.
Porn star.
I'll do it then. But what I'm telling you is, most don't bring heaven. Most men, you ask them what they want from a woman, the first thing they say is peace. You ask a woman what she want from a man, real ass nigga. It's like, bro,
We say
I'm lost.
protection.
But okay, let's get to the next step. I just gotta get. Let's go to. Let's breeze through this.
Dwight
shit.
Howard. Okay, sorry, because y'all done got me all over the place. Okay, so Dwight Howard is like in trouble.
Okay, so he said this. First of all, here's what I say. I want to move past this, but I will say this: if you ever ask a man about his sexuality, and he says, "I don't want to discuss this," that means he has a secret. Dwight Howard said, however long ago, "I don't want to discuss this." That let me know straight up. If someone asks me if I'm straight, I'm gonna give you the most straight up motherfucking answer. So if you ask me am I straight and I say I don't want to talk about that, then that lets you know that I have something. And to be honest with you, I don't think he just feels comfortable enough in his skin and in his position to just own. He likes men. Let me just keep it moving from there. I don't, because for me, it feels gossipy. And as a man, I don't want to gossip. But as a man, I will say, if that was my friend, I would say that to him. Like, yo, bro, it's okay.
Do you think his NBA career is over?
I mean, I think if it's over, it has nothing to do with this. I don't think the NBA cares. I think, sometimes saying you're gay is a great marketing plan to get back into the light.
I would say that. I wouldn't say they don't care. I just think that.
No, I'm saying the NBA don't care.
Yeah, they don't need this level of toxicity in the locker room.
But the NBA doesn't care.
The NBA doesn't care.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Organizations care.
Organization might care about your influence in the locker room, but they don't care.
Yeah.
But let's just go to the next one.
Okay.
Because we got to get out of here.
We got to do music question. So Brandy's coming out with a Christmas album. If we had a rap Christmas album come out this year, who would you guys want to make it?
Sway Lee.
2 Chainz.
That was real fast.
2 Chainz.
Did you hear Sway Lee's Christmas record last year?
No.
Or 2 years ago?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is gonna be like drug rap Christmas music.
No. 2 Chainz he just has a fun personality.
I agree with that.
2 Chainz.
And what was the name of it be if you were doing 2 Chainz?
I don't know. Something.
Trapping and True.
Like yeah, something like that. But I'm saying 2 Chainz. Like that's the only person.
And you said
Sway Lee
because of last year. What
he did a Christmas song that was like it was an Instagram snippet where he sung a Christmas carol.
Mm-hmm.
I said, bro, this might be one of the most beautiful Christmas songs I've ever heard in my fucking life.
All right, before I get out of here, I just want to ask one more thing. So Casa had actually said that Offset's album is mid.
Who said that?
Casanat.
Casanat.
I'm saying it wrong.
Okay.
But he was just spending a lot of time with Offset. Offset was overnight. People were saying that's wrong. Do you think that influence should be able to give, but should you be able to give your real opinion in?
He was being a friend. I think if anything, it's actually cool that Casanat actually told him that hey, that shit was mid. Because now as a friend,
but should he have did it in a DM or?
I think if that's my friend, I say it privately. If that's my friend.
But Casanat's brand is also listening to music live. Doing it, I
just got blocked.
So that's why I said, like from that standpoint, like
I think that he should say right now. That's
right now,
like I said on record. The first week I heard Puff album, I didn't think it was good. Then I heard it at night, and it was like, oh, okay, this is a vibe. It's a nighttime vibe. So I just think that if you my friend, tell me. If you my friend, if it's business, then it's business. But if you my friend, tell me. And maybe you might tell me, and I might be like, I'm cool with you saying that to the crowd. I don't care. Or maybe you might tell me and I'm like, damn, bro. And you ask me for permission. Like even now, Don Vito knows, like this morning I called him like, yo, I got friends that work at Columbia. Like Boo is my nigga. Rainey Hancock. Like I fuck with Ron Perry, the CEO. Those are my people. But it's like, I gotta be honest though. And I'm not gonna disrespect you. And I'm not gonna say what you did was whack without saying what I think about what you did was whack. So even if you like, and I also said they signed Central C, so I'm giving you a little props, but I'm just saying, this is what you did to the talent running around. Like if you look into the comments on the Shade Room or whoever posted it, you had nothing but artists saying, this is why it's discouraging. Like it's like imagine, you know what it's like? It's like it's the reason why. No, I was about to say I got a great anecdote to end the show on.
Okay, I'm good.
It's like men who feel like I need to be a street nigga or a scammer to win because that's what women want. Like you literally said he worked at Delta. Like that's no. Not like it's a bad thing. I'm saying women be concerned about what a man does. And my point is that men understand that. That's why men scam and sell drugs. I'm being honest with you because they know that women like street niggas with edge. That's all I'm saying. So for me, it's like, I think that's what's happening right now. I just think, we in that place where it's like niggas is doing and being what they got to be.
But you gotta let people have their opinions. Like if people are influencers, like Joe Budden should be able to give a hardcore review of an album.
But my only thing is this. Give me your review, but give me a why.
Okay.
Like I hate when people say something sucks. Tell me why it sucks. So when Joe Budden said I don't like Drake's album, he didn't just say I don't like it. He said I don't like it because I feel. And at that moment, as Drake, you can acknowledge, well, that's true.
Right.
I might not have made it for niggas in their 30s. I might have made it for 20-year-olds, and that's all Drake had to respond to say. And it would have been over. And Joe Budden would have been like, okay, it's not for me.
Right. You don't seem like a hater when you.
It's not a hater. You got to give a why. When he said he don't like the Cardi record, it made sense. But when you just say I don't like that shit, it feel like hate. So say it's mid and say why it's mid. But yeah, let's go.
You gotta tell everybody this.
Okay, just making sure. Before we roll, shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Toten Carry. Shout out to Yoko Vodka. Shout out to all the people that's calling to sponsor. There's a lot of calls coming. I can't lie. I'm impressed. And shout out to Stanza for sitting on the couch.
Thank you, Stanza.
And this is the God Show, the Culture Report, and we are out.